What's up, I'm Troubleshoot. Rust's Primitive Update has released. It's Thursday the 6th of February 2025. Let's talk about the brand new skins in-game. So first of all, we have the Barbarian Jacket, which is just a jacket skin, a blacked out Black Ops AR. This is pretty cool, not too primitive, but I suppose it does sort of match the armor, which is also here as well. The Blacksmith chestplate and the Blacksmith face mask over here, both for your metal outfit. This is followed by a much more primitive time-suited outfit of the Friar's Headwrap and burlap shirt. Both of these are burlap items, and of course the Headwrap over here leaves you with just a ring of hair and a really big bald spot on top, not to mention the burlap Friar shirt, which has a big cross on the front of it. Pretty cool looking skin, rather primitive. Scrolling down, the Heavy Knight Crossbow, the Knight Sleeping Bag, which has a sword insignia on it as well as a crown, pretty cool. A Medeival Sword, which is similar to the Kingdoms 2 Rust drop, which we saw a short while ago. That's also got a gem. This is more of a painted on gem, but we'll see that in game in just a moment. And finally, at the very bottom, an Oathkeeper Bow, as well as the Great Siege Garage Door, which has a glow effect on it. But before we see all of these in game, let's check out the actual prices in US dollars, as my account's set to South African rands. The Barbarian Jacket is $2.50, Black Ops AR is $3, followed by the metal chestplate and face mask. These Blacksmith skins here are both $2 each, followed by the burlap skins, Friar Headwrap and shirt are both $1. Heavy Knight Crossbow is $2, the same price as the Knight Sleeping Bag, and at the very bottom, the Medeival Sword, $2.50, the Oathkeeper Bow, $2, and finally on par with the AK for the most expensive skin of this drop, the Great Siege Garage Door is $3. Let's actually check these skins out in-game. Starting off with obviously the goofiest drip, we've got this burlap shirt and the Friar Headwrap. These definitely suit the time, and of course the Headwrap at the top sticks off your head quite a bit unless your character's got a larger head model, and if you're really bald on top, well, that's really gonna show here. It'll work better for some skins more than others, but this for the most part is what it looks like. The shirt has of course the cross being hung here super low, and for the most part the rope is super detailed and it's really sharp to look at up close. It's a really good looking medieval skin. Switching over to something a bit more high tech, we've got the Blacksmith chestplate and the Blacksmith face mask. The face mask has this leather cap to it, to which the actual mask is attached, and a chin strap at the very bottom. And of course, the chest plate itself is just as shiny with the same sort of metal rope kind of texture. I guess these are supposed to be ribs, look really cool. Though of course you won't be hiding from anyone in battle with this. It does stick out quite a bit, as it's of course rather shiny knight type armor. Back in time for another moment, here we have the jacket, which comes with these two little arm cuffs over here, as well as this shiny metal pauldron on the top left of your character. Obviously, it doesn't give you any extra bonus armor or anything. This is just a jacket skin. And around the back, we have this cape that's sort of built in and integrated to this, similar to the hood at the very top over here. Overall, it's a very good looking frontiersman kind of skin. It'd go well with a couple sets that exist out there. It's not particularly locked to this time past. From here, we've got, of course, the bed, which plopping it down is a super shiny, really obvious thing to be leaving hidden away in bushes, for example. This isn't going to win any stealth awards, even though it is black. The sword is super visible and shiny, as well as the crown and the entire pillow at the very top of it. It does look very plush and inviting though, even though it's covered in, I assume, heavy metal. Finally, moving on to the last non-weapon skin, that is this garage door over here. It's super detailed and it looks really cool with tons of medieval action going on, lots of little Easter eggs and hidden away things. The more you look at this, the more you actually notice. In the background, you've got a castle currently under siege with all of Rust's siege weapons here, a bunch of knights and people fighting in the front, a horse, a bunch of people hiding and being crushed under here, with just an incredible amount of detail put into this overall. This, of course, does also glow, so flicking over to nighttime, you can see the glow over here. It's mostly glowing around this centerpiece made to look somewhat 3D, which is a pretty cool effect. You can't see the outline of it for the most part, and it's got more of a circular look to it. That's very visible at nighttime. The roll-up at the top is also pretty well illuminated, so there you go. That's what it looks like in-game. The glowing nighttime visibility is a really cool addition to this. Flicking back to daytime, let's have a look at the actual weapons. First of all, we got this Black Ops AR, which of course looks really cool. It's super dark and shiny with this checkerboard type pattern all over it, really shiny chrome exterior, which reflects a lot of the environment, and of course light, and the iron sights look really good as well. This is what it looks like, super shiny and really reflective at higher graphics options, but of course if you're on lower settings or potato settings, you won't be noticing much of that, if any at all. Moving on, the salvaged sword looks something like this, really pretty to look at up close, and of course you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of this. In a third person it looks pretty cool as well, so there you have it. Then the Heavy Knight crossbow, of course, loads up with this buckle on the front that you can see shaking and moving as this thing moves around, and of course if we inspect it, it seems to jingle around as well, though it doesn't move with our play model as we look around. Overall, a pretty cool looking skin. It does look rather hammered and forged, which is, I guess, what you're going for, so it gives it a unique look. Then finally, the Oathkeeper Bow, you're not going to be seeing for the most part on your screen. You'll just see this white and gold backside of it. The metal is rather shiny, and of course, inspecting it, you can sort of see the lion insignia, as well as other recognizable logos plastered all over this. To get the most of this, or any bow skin really, you'll need to look from the third person or look at someone else holding it. So, this metal is super well detailed. You can see these, I guess, eyes, or whatever they're supposed to be, are all over it. Made out of shiny gold metal with silver covering the rest of it. Also looks rather hammer forged, really detailed, and for the most part it's one of the cooler looking rust skins with no glow effects or anything like that. It definitely suits the time period very well and overall adds to the look. And with that, we've pretty much finished everything. We've gone through all of the skins for this current week. Once these are gone, you won't be able to get them again, most likely. I don't see most of these coming back at all in the future. They of course released with the primitive update, and if you'd like to see these skins from that, which you can also purchase as a non-time limited pack, you'll find a link to a video down below showcasing exactly that. And of course there's also Twitch drops happening at the time of releasing this video, so if you're here within the first 10 days, check that link out down below to get the most out of that as well. Thank you all for watching. My name's been Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.